Well, okay, I started working on that Ruger American in 22-250, and I said, you know what, I've loaded some other loads for different calibers. Let me get my other budget guns out and see how I can do. And what I intended to do was, I had a bunch of these AMAX bullets when I did the work a long time ago. I had an AMAX is the one on the left with a tip where we got the full metal jacket, and I grabbed the wrong box of bullets. I made up the remainder of these that I had, I think 100 rounds or so, and my intent was to use them in the sporting guns, okay, not the military ones. So I dug out the Thompson Center Compass. Now I bought this gun in 2018 and did a whole series with several different companies' rifles. Now the thing about this rifle that stood out, and the reason I kept it is it has R5 rifling. It was the only one of the budget guns, and I think it was 350 units was the value we set to get a basic bolt-action rifle with a scope. This didn't come with a scope, so I think this says Weaver on it somewhere. But it's the same type of scope that was placed on these guns from the land of pork fried rice and cost about 35 units. It's a variable 4 to 9, kind of like what they all had, just a basic simple scope. And this gun, I like the stock. Out of all the synthetic stocks, I like the fit of this one better, so it's kind of why I kept it. And I promised to do a thing with my Remington budget gun to see which is more accurate, to see if that R5 rifling, which I think is a 5-groove rifling, is better. I didn't, but so now that's something we're going to have to do. Also, Thompson Centers went out of business a while ago. Now they're back. They rebought the company, and they are making the Compass and the pistols and all the other fun stuff. There is a Compass tube that you can get. It's not as inexpensive as this one was back in 2018, but comparable. It's about the same adjusted for inflation. A C-note more, I think, than what I paid for this. So not bad from 2018 to 2025. C-note difference. Alright, so we took it out, and this is my reload with my FMJ bullet, and now, like I promised, we're going to go and look at the targets from 100 and 200 yards. Alright, here's the 100-yard target. Wasn't quite spot on, but I don't know what I think I sighted it in with a Remington Core-Lokt bullet the last time I fired it. So, maximum spread there, 3.5 inches, almost 4. Well, if you go from there to there, 5 is the widest, but we'll go for this. So you're looking at 4.5 in a grouping. And when I look back on my other videos, I screwed them up. I switched, I was supposed to shoot it against the Remington, and I put the Remington target in. So I made a mistake. That's about what it shot. So if we go here 3 inches, that's not very good. Of course, then again, I shot 10 rounds. 10 rounds is the wrong amount. It should have been 5. Because what will happen is the barrel will heat up with 10 rounds, and it gets a little weird, but I was kind of doing that just to see what would happen once I heated the barrel up, especially at distance. Alright, at 200 yards, we're still off to the right, where we're only 2 inches. As you see, we got really far off to the right. Actually, there's only 8 holes, so 2 of these bullets must have went way off target. But surprisingly, that 5-inch or 3 3/4 or whatever extreme here is 6, it really isn't as bad adding another 100 yards. And our tightest group here at 3 inches, kind of like there, it could have been the 4 shots, and then as the barrel heated up, we could have started going wild. Of course, the rest also, I was having issues. My physical impairments make it difficult for me to get dead steady, and the farther out you go, any slight flinch or movement throws it off. But looking about the same, so we can say, you know, it was consistent in performance. Next time we'll just do a 5-shot or 4-shot group and try to see how we do there. Alright guys, that's our little recap of this. There is a video of me shooting the gun on the range. And, you know, everything functioned okay. The gun worked pretty good. There were, I don't know if that one had any issues. It was the Creedmoor didn't close. The compass, I think, worked just fine. There was no unusual things about it. Alright, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.